It might be the way that we go.
I quite enjoy that idea.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Thursday afternoon edition of Check-In. I'm Sarah Oleski.
Did you forget the name of the show?
Well, no, I was trying to decide where I was going to go with it. And then I'm like, fine. We'll just go with the regular. It's Check-In. I'm Sarah. He's Jamie. Thanks so much for joining us. Great to see so many of you already in the chat joining us over the next 30 or so minutes. We will get you set up for tonight's game here at Canada Life Center. It is another Central Division showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a little bit of a tongue twister. I don't know why for me. Colorado Avalanche here in town.
No hard feelings at all towards the Avalanche in terms of Jets fans. The question was brought up quite often in the dressing room today, and with head coach Scott O'Neill, we'll get into that a little bit later. But if there's any trickle down effects from last April coming into this
right.
one. So you have a great answer from Mason Appleton on that coming up a little bit later in the show.
We absolutely do. Jets obviously continuing to roll 12-1 right now with the win over Utah on Tuesday night here. Looking forward to having some guests. You mentioned that Mason Appleton, I had the chance to catch up with him, but from the Colorado side?
Conor McGahey, the radio voice, man with a lot of energy, if I could say. I don't know if there's anybody out there that has more energy than Conor McGahey. He's got great calls. He'll be joining us. A lot of questions to be answered by the Avalanche. Could be missing one of their key players here this evening.
Yes, and so I already see in the comments of people wanting to know what is the status of Cale Makar. Has there been an update because he left the game? There were a game against Seattle last game early. I believe game time decision is what the word was. So
confirmed, but we will check with Conor McGahey. So
okay, sounds great. Here's the question of the day. In addition, we of course always want to hear where it is that you are watching and joining us from. We are down on event level, ice level at Canada Life Center. Where are you guys watching? But the question of the day, Jamie, is?
Well, we're going to give you a lot of options. There's been a lot of wins to start the year, so we're going to get you to get very particular on this one. Of the 12 wins the Jets have had so far, which one is your favorite? It's like picking your favorite child. Which of the 12 wins has been the Jets or your favorite for the Winnipeg Jets this year so far?
I contemplated, there's a clothing brand called Favorite Daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one of their shirts that says Favorite Daughter. And as one of two girls, despite that I'm in my 40s, I contemplated getting it just to try to, everyone has a favorite. I've got to think.
Well, when you have one kid like you do, it's like,
she's my favorite.
Guess what?
What
You're
can
the
I
favorite.
say?
Of all the children that we have, you're the favorite.
The best.
That's my mother-in-law's favorite thing to say to me. Of all my favorite son-in-laws, because I'm the only one, you're my favorite.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. It's easy to be the best.
Let's talk a little bit about that game Tuesday night that we saw. We will obviously very soon get you set up for tonight's game, but let's just wind back the clocks for a couple of minutes with that 3-0 win against Utah.
Okay, so I had talking to various people about that game.
Yep.
Some people said it was a great game. I thought the first period was particularly painful. There wasn't a whole lot because I read the post-game article afterwards. I'm like, what? Like, give me something to work with. So when they scored the power play goal towards the end of the second period, I'm like, thank God there's something to write about. But as a defensive game for the Jets, they were in complete control of that one because they didn't give Utah anything to work with.
Yeah.
So from that perspective, it was a good game. Entertainment value in the first period, no.
All right,
but all you want to do is win. That's all that matters.
All they do is win, no matter what.
Okay, sing the whole thing.
That's okay. Yeah. We have to address this right now because I wasn't going to until a little bit later, but I can't take it seriously with the take. As you know, if you watch us regularly, we try to, on home games, try to give you the early heads up as to what the deal inside Canada Life Center is going to be when it comes to Jets gear, maybe some early holiday shopping. For this hoodie that JT is wearing, also available in blue, is available tonight, half off, $47.50 is what you can grab it for this evening. If you are coming to the Winnipeg Jets game regularly, $95. It's authentic Pro Prime pullover hoods. Didn't know that they're called hoods, not hoodies.
Yeah.
But apparently I'm learning something new every day. But I needed to get that out of the way because I'm sure some people are wondering why you had a tag sticking out. Look, so we'll just answer those questions.
So here, put that tag up your sleeve, bud. I can't because it doesn't reach. So
well,
I like the advice, but I'm trying. It just doesn't reach in there. So
okay, love to see.
This will continue to go
Langley,
like this.
BC, born and raised. I believe it's farther back up, but we've lost it now. But welcome. So happy that you could join us for this. When it comes to the Jets, we're not going to show you the lines. Scott O'Neill continuing to go with the same lineup that we have seen for the last 9 or so games. Should be like game 10 tonight that we see it. So continuing on with there, you did mention, let's talk a little bit about what the kind of mood and the topics in the dressing room were this morning.
Okay, so the main one was because there's the trickle down. Is this about kind of a quote unquote revenge game after what happened in the opening round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs last year with Colorado winning 4-1. Mixed reviews, mixed comments on that one. So Neil Pionka says it's just another game, but didn't really want to call it just another game. It's just like the fact that they've moved on from what happened in April and are focusing on each game as it comes along this year. And that whole idea has kind of worked out for them, obviously winning 12 of your first 13 games. But I think another question was asked, is what happened in the playoffs kind of like the genesis of what's happening now?
Yep.
So everybody was challenged to be 10% better almost, I guess, in the offseason, work on certain things. And maybe that loss to Colorado has been the reason why the start is happening. So I guess you could look at it that way because of the challenge that came from the coaching staff and the leadership group. Everybody has been 10% better, I guess. And then John Liu had a very good question about what is 10%? How do you look at that? And it's kind of exactly.
I'm not telling you.
Let's just stop you right there, John.
We have our ways,
yeah,
but I am not sharing it. I do think, and I can't remember if I've said it on here before, or if I've said it just in other interviews, but when the year-end availabilities ended last year, I thought that there was a different tone in those exit availabilities than what we'd seen in some of the previous seasons. And so that maybe something had really kind of clicked with the group and maybe it was that next step forward for them. Obviously a great start, still early into the season, this being just game 14 here tonight, but obviously nobody would have anticipated a 12-1 start so far. I don't think many people have experienced a 12-1 start. And that includes Mason Appleton, who I caught up with just a short while ago. The start that this team continues to have now, 12-1. Have you ever been a part of a team that you can remember that has gotten off to a start like this?
I think probably when I was 6 and 7 years old was the last time. So yeah, we're on a tear, and it's been a lot of fun hockey. I think we're a group that was came into the offseason hungry with a lot to prove and improve on, and I think we showed that throughout the summer, and then had a good camp and have been great all season so far. I mean, we've had a couple games where we didn't love them, but we found wins, and then obviously we had one tough loss to Toronto where we didn't love our game, but for the most part I think we've been really consistent and real happy with the effort.
So what's the key to that consistency? Because that seems to be across the board, whether it be from the coaching staff or from players, that's what everyone points to.
Yeah, I think that's something you're always searching for and always trying to find, but when you're winning, you can take a lot of the good away and keep replicating that, whereas if you're not winning, but you start questioning things then, and then you maybe tweak this or that, and then your game looks a little different, and maybe it wasn't for the better. So I think winning creates consistency in that aspect, but it's just kind of your our everyday habits and reminding each other of the little things and the details, and just trying to play Winnipeg Jet hockey and win games how we want to win them is kind of our consistency and our identity.
When you look at the way that things ended last year against Colorado, the first time that you're playing them so far this season, is there anything extra going into a game like this because of what happened in the postseason?
Right. I mean, there's, to say that this game's just another regular season game would be a lie. I think, in the fashion that they beat us last year, we're, still bitter about that, and obviously want to be 7 p.m. right now. I think we got a lot to prove against them, and it's just not any regular season game for us. You try to approach it like that, but at the end of the day, this one means a lot.
Wow.
I appreciate the honesty because it isn't just another game.
No.
Are you doing okay over there?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Keep going. Yep.
Perfect.
Keep everyone distracted.
You think about the way that they had success against the Avs in the regular season last year, outscored them 17-4. You go in, you're feeling good. You won the final 8 games of the regular season.
You blew them out in their home ice.
It's the crazy game one that was 1,000,001 goals combined. And then it just goes completely south from there. And I think it is just natural, although you might not emphasize it, you might not talk about it in the dressing room, human nature, as any competitive person, would be that that this would be a little bit more than just your average game.
Because I know you don't want to say too much. You don't want Colorado something to work with, but I do like the brutal honesty from Mason Appleton in that one. You should have some, internal fire coming from that. But I think, going back to what we were talking about a little bit earlier, is like that internal fire and looking back to what happened to you in the playoffs, that has carried over into this year. And that is the reason possibly for the 12-1 start. And I think that's okay. Like you have to find something each year to get you going. maybe that first round early exit against Colorado has pushed you to this right now.
Yeah. So one of the things that we've discussed with this team, and I feel as if every game now, it's almost, we're joking, a rinse and repeat sort of thing, because their game has been consistent and you have seen contributions throughout the lineup. So there haven't been as many things to break down as maybe we had seen in previous years and previous games. The third line, let's talk a little bit about them, just because of Mason Appleton, obviously there. Yes. But then the successes as a team, or as a line, should I say, that they had. Nino Niederreiter had 900 games played last game, gets 2 goals in it as well. Oh,
no, I'm not gonna play yet.
Okay,
keep going.
Just the consistency of that line, and I think that to me, that's always been a line that you could look at as being a heart and soul line. But the way that they have continued to find different ways to contribute is great, and
completely snuffed out Utah's top line.
Yeah,
again, that's the whole thing. Like, as well as they're
rinse
playing,
and repeat.
Yes,
that's what it seems like. Yeah, on a regular basis.
So that's what you're looking for again tonight. How are they going to negate that Nathan MacKinnon line again, which is easier said than done? Yes, you took out Conor McGahey in the season opening game. Nathan MacKinnon leads the National Hockey League in points right now. He had a 5-assist game. That was a career best for him against Seattle the other night. So how do you shut that down? So there's, it's a massive challenge in front of them, but that goes into the rinse and repeat as they keep negating the other team's best line and then producing offense in a tightly checking affair that you had on Tuesday against Utah.
Yeah, first star in Tuesday's game, Nino Niederreiter.
Hold on a second, please. Sharing the screen. Hold on. And here we go.
12-1 now on the season, and they've been different styles of games so often. Describe how you guys were able to get this win here tonight.
I mean, it was a difficult win for us. I mean, right now we're the hunted team, and I think you get their best at every single night, and I think we did a great job of winning the game tonight.
First star, 2 goals, and we heard, of course, your 900th game. What does it mean for you to hit this milestone in your career?
It definitely means a lot. I mean, when you grow up, your big dream is getting 1 game in the NHL, and now you're at 900, so it's a pretty cool feeling.
What a way to mark it. Congratulations, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys.
Nino Niederreiter, such a fan favorite, really, wherever he goes.
Yeah, because you see a lot. I miss Nino pops up quite a bit. I saw a fan from Carolina weighing in about that because he has been around the league quite a bit. But obviously, the Jets have found a perfect niche for him on that third line and certainly the second power play unit as well. But man, he was great. And you speak of the 900 games. We spoke about the last time only Roman Josi has played 900 games as a Swiss-born player. But what a combination the Jets have come across with Mason Appleton, Nino Niederreiter, and Adam Lowry.
Yeah, absolutely. Think of the Jets' numbers right now. First in wins, points, power play, goals for, the list goes on and on. So impressive to see this 12-1 start for them. For number 1 power play, the number 2 power play in the league would be
the Colorado Avalanche. So lots of people popping against it as Cale Makar playing. He is a game time decision in that aspect, but regardless or not, if he does play, there's enough firepower on the Avalanche power play to cause problems. But they're at 37% right now. The Jets at 44.4%, which is just ridiculous.
It's unbelievable.
Like every time, you think that it's going to kind of tail off a little bit. They get a huge power play goal at the end of the second period, which was the game-winning goal against Utah on Tuesday. But it just keeps producing. It doesn't matter if it's the first or second unit. Somehow, some way, they're finding ways to get the puck in the net.
Yeah, discipline's going to be key for both clubs tonight. We did see Makar, although a game-time decision. He was out there for the morning skate, was in his usual spot when they were practicing the power play. So we will wait and see. So warm up. A lot of eyes are obviously going to be on that because what a start he and Nathan MacKinnon have had. And although this Colorado team has been very streaky so far, they've gone in waves of, say win 4 or lose 4, win 5, lose 4. They are coming in off when they've had a ton of injuries to deal with as well. And you just can never take a team like this, regardless of where they are in the standings, when you have a player like Nathan MacKinnon, who is on fire leading the league, and Cale Makar, you can never take them lightly.
And then Conor McGahey will be joining us, the radio voice of the Colorado Avalanche, will be joining us momentarily. They start the year 0-3, and you're kind of looking at things because they've had a tough time keeping the puck out of their net. Injuries have cropped up quite a bit for the Avalanche, but I mean, I've seen Colorado start slowly before. They started slowly after their Stanley Cup winning year. That stuff, will not last long because of the elite players and the other side of things. And you're just hoping that it's not tonight's one of those nights where they're going to score a lot of goals like they did the other night against Seattle. But still, you're always, another consistent theme with it is, you ask players about Nathan MacKinnon, you ask Scott O'Neill about it. It's just like you have to be aware of where he is. And Adam Lowry saying today it's not going to be just their line because the amount of minutes that Nathan MacKinnon ends up playing every night, that's going to have to shut him down. It's going to be the 4 lines. And that's where maybe the strength of this team, which we've seen all year, is the depth. You're going to have to count on all 4 lines to try and contain Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar here this evening. Should Makar play?
Yeah, want to disrupt them early on. Obviously, don't give them the opportunity to gain speed, to gain entry into your zone. So do what you can to be able to limit it early. And Scott O'Neill spoke as well about how, look, the analytics, although the record hasn't been there, the analytics tell you that the Avs are playing a game that obviously you have to be very cognizant of as well. The Jets having outscored their opponents 10-4 on this homestand so far. No surprise, more 6-goal games. I think they have 6 now in the season. So they continue to roll in that respect. It's great to see because I think we always knew that there's an offense on this team and we always saw it before, but it would go in waves and maybe you would see the Scheifele line be able to contribute with regularity, but not necessarily the rest. But you've got the blue line leading the way as well when it comes to defensemen across the NHL. And you're finding different ways to score, different ways to win. And it doesn't matter what game is being presented to the Winnipeg Jets. There's been no panic. They've been calm and they've found their ways. Brady, just quick question. Any updates on Ville Heinola? Ville Heinola has been wearing the yellow or / gold non-contact jersey. Scott O'Neill said the other day it's going to be a while before that jersey comes off. But Jared Anderson-Dolan getting rid of that non-contact jersey today and wearing the normal color jersey. So he's getting closer and closer to returning, but Ville Heinola has still some time with regards to him returning to the Winnipeg Jets lineup. Don't forget our question of the day. You see a number of people answering it in here. Out of the 12 wins that you have seen so far from the Winnipeg Jets, which one have been your favorites? There are 2 games left, including tonight on this homestand. The atmosphere has been fantastic inside the building. I love there's the win over the Lightning being down 2-0. You cannot argue with game like that. And the Oilers game is the most popular answer so far. Yes. Yeah. That's been, beating the Stanley Cup finalists 6-0 on opening night in Edmonton. I think it's pretty easy to see why the fans like that one. I like Brady again. Correct answers anytime they wear Heritage Blue, which is exactly what they're wearing tonight. And they will wear it again on Saturday afternoon, which will be 90s day. Yep. Can't wait. We have some special clothes for that one. If you're just joining us, this hoodie is on sale, $47.50 tonight. If you are coming to the game, there's another color too. Is there not? Yeah, there's a blue color as well. Yeah. Did you show this earlier? I did. It's the blue as well, blue or the gray. You have your options for it. Both great choices. And we're just here to help you also with holiday shopping. Maybe there's birthday shopping to get done. You never know what it might be. Okay, we are waiting for Connor to join us, hoping that he will be here momentarily. But before then, let's talk about the last time that these 2 teams played in the regular season. It was April of last year. It was in Denver. And there was a special lineup read that was going on during that stretch. Let's go to that.
Doesn't matter. For the boys up the middle tonight. Number 17, Adam Lowry! And on the left side, number 19, David Gustafson! On the right side, number 22, Mason Appleton!
Okay, so the reason that we show that, because Al Pritchard, massage therapist, who was the one that was doing the lineup read, is today going to be working his 1,000th NHL game. And anyone, if you have watched Runway last year, that lineup read was featured in it. He did 8 in a row because when you win, superstition. Yeah. So whoever does the lineup read, if the Jets win, they have to continue to do the lineup read for the next game going forward. But it is his 1,000th game. And Pritchie, as he is known, is absolutely beloved in the organization as well by those of us that cover the team. He is Yeah, he's absolutely, he is. That's just the way to put it. He's the best. And so we wanted to give a special shout out to Pritchie because 1,000 games in the NHL is a huge deal.
For anybody. And that's the amount, like Adam Lowry talked about his personality, how he's well liked in the dressing room. Scott Arniel talked about the respect that he carries. There's lots, the people behind the scenes tend to be overlooked.
Yep.
But it's the work that all these guys do. With traveling, they're helping set up the locker room. When we get in on a road trip, they're the ones going to the rink at 2:00 in the morning. At that point, to find out to see what happens. Just so Connor, can you deal with
that? Yeah, no problem. So to be able to, some of the support staff they are such a key component of any team's success, the makeup as well for it. And so we wanted to give, as I said, our credit. Or one of the things that I had said, just switching back now, the blue line, talking about how their contributions across comment that I believe it was Scott Arniel had made when talking about the blue line. You're not just a pylon. You're not just a spectator. You're a part of the offense, and it was in response to about how active the D has been and being able to contribute on the offensive side of the game as well. And so I think that that idea really started when Rick Bowness came here. It was really emphasized with it. It's continued to grow. And I think that's one of the things that you've seen with this Winnipeg Jets team is that really from the time that Rick Bowness came here, started to implement things, then they've just continued to build on it. Scott Arniel has obviously brought in different ideas as well, but the foundation was laid. And now you're starting to see the benefits of it as the maturity of this group is being shown, but then also just that comfortability with each other as well.
Well, it just is carryover. And that's what we talked about. If you don't want to change the system that you've had success with, and you're sitting with it. So I'm going to take blame on this. I'll take blame for everything all the time anyways, but I gave Conor McGahey some terrible information. I've sent the link to him, and the handsome devil has decided to join us now. There he is, the voice of the.
What did he do, Connor?
I'm an idiot. No. This is not.
What did he do? No, don't say that. Don't say that. This is probably JT's fault. What did he do?
Sarah, every chance I get to blame something on Jamie, I take it. This is not one of them. Because I had to go back up in the text thread and find out the instructions, and then. Apparently, I have 7 different browsers on my phone that you can't open it with. You can only open it with one. So it took me a minute. I apologize. Thank you for your patience.
Hey, we're very happy to have you here and spend a couple minutes with us. We have a lot of people in the chat wanting to know, obviously, about Cale Makar and whether or not he'll be in the lineup. We said that it's a game time decision. What have these two meant, being Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar, to the start of this season? For the Avalanche?
I mean, everything. I mean, you're talking about Nathan MacKinnon doing things that only Wayne Gretzky has done in the past, and Cale Makar only has Gordie Howe to catch when it comes to point streaks to start the season. And I feel like more and more often we're talking about Makar and Howe and MacKinnon and Gretzky. I mean, obviously MacKinnon had that the second longest point streak on home ice in NHL history, where he tied a Wayne Gretzky record. Obviously, Gretzky has the overall record as well. But also a delicious ginger beef bowl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that being delivered as we speak.
I did tell you, we're very relaxed.
There we go.
I said,
oh my gosh!
I said, hey, we're super relaxed. We don't care where you come to us from, but this is the first time we've had lunch with someone too. So
well, I mean, I will do everybody a favor and not eat on camera. I'll spare you that. But if MacKinnon and Makar are not doing what they're doing, and Nathan MacKinnon 5 assists the other night, he has a multi-point game, by the way, 32.8% of the time. We did the math in his career. That is pretty much 1 out of every 3 nights where he just it's 2 points or more. 5 helpers the other night. Cale Makar only played 2 periods, had 2 assists. So those 2 are the reason that the Avalanche are floating around 500 right now without pretty much 6 of the top 9 forwards for the majority of the start of the season.
All right, true or false? The story of the season so far: injuries.
Yeah, true, 1,000% true. And you'll put we'll put Val Nichushkin into the injury category because we could actually just rename it absences. But yeah, it's that has been the story for the Avalanche, because once you think you're catching a break, and Lehkonen is close to coming back, Druin is close to coming back, then Ross Colton blocks a shot with the inside of his foot. It's fractured, and he won't come back probably until the new year. Miles Wood, because those two are inseparable and can't go anywhere without each other, he's injured in the same game, and he's a 7 to 10 day timetable as well. So the second and that's why the other night I jokingly said that with Arturi Lehkonen coming back, playing 22 minutes, goal and an assist, you lose Cale Makar for a period. I said, I cannot. I mean, it's laughable at a certain point. And I just hope that we're sort of through this injury storm earlier in the season here for the Avs.
So 6-7, their record so far. And I had said before you joined us just that they've been so streaky in terms of, a collection of losses, then a collection of wins, back and forth a bit. But with the talent that this team does have, I mean, is there concern in Colorado right now at the start? Is it okay, we just need to weather the storm for a bit? What's the feeling like around there?
I think it's been so tough for Jared Bednar because of injuries. You've had to do more NHL debuts for young players than you have had probably arguably ever. I think we're at 5 now, and that's not easy to do. And that's why I think Jared Bednar is a great coach, because he can deliver a message to guys like that and Nathan MacKinnon at the same time. I think the emphasis has been on playing defensively. The PK, especially on the road, is not good. Did last in the National Hockey League. But the power play is second best overall. Special teams are good. But again, especially with Alexander Georgiev, he hasn't allowed less than 3 goals in a game this season. He's only won once. So defensively, this team has not been good. But that's mainly because some of your absences are your best defensive forwards. I mean, Arturi Lehkonen is Val Nichushkin-like. And Val Nichushkin, for me, should get more Selke attention on a season-by-season basis than he does. So when you're talking about missing your defensive forwards, that's when the castle starts to crumble a little bit and goals start to leak in, especially when you're not getting the save, which the Avalanche really haven't had to start the season. I don't think we're at panic mode yet. I think when this roster is put together the way it's supposed to be, and then you go through these streaks, Sarah, then you would start to panic. But I think you need, and this team operates in 10-game segments, you need 10 games with a roster as designed to sort of make that determination.
Okay, I've seen you do lots of hits over your career, my friend. So I want you to do some acting right now. So we're in the restaurant. I need you to take a bite of that bowl and be excited about it and tell me how delicious it is. And here we go. Ready, set, action.
Okay, here's the tough part, though. Okay. And because we're in the roll-up. The roll-up is just rolled up.
Oh, look at that fork. Out. It's amazing. Oh.
I got Mark cutlery too. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. All right. Fork is out.
Roll them tight there.
They sure do.
Oh, gosh.
Now that's good. Now that's good.
Thanks. Have a great call tonight, my friend, and a good lunch.
Thank you so much, Connor. Appreciate it.
Bye, guys. Appreciate you.
You're so cruel. I'm never having food.
What?
I'm never calling in.
Well, I like it was like he gave a side profile too. That's really good.
I know. So Connor's great. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, we need to wrap very quickly. So want to give you a quick heads up about this upcoming Saturday afternoon game. Remember, it got switched. It's 90s Day, but also can we throw up one picture?
Okay, what
do
you need?
Is that possible?
Oh, yes.
So the Wives and Girlfriends started this before. They did a Jets calendar last year. So they're doing it again. It's in support of Darcy's Ark, a shelter dedicated to rescuing and caring for stray or abandoned cats and dogs until a safe permanent home is found. It's $19.99. This Saturday, it goes on sale. Wives and Girlfriends will be selling them on the concourse, but if you are not able to be here for that game, they are also available at all Jets gear stores until they sell out. It was hugely popular last year. It was organized chaos was the way that it was best described when they were doing this shoot, but it's for a fantastic cause and wanted to give people the early heads up to that.
Well done.
And then finally,
I didn't even know Neil Pionk could talk.
so many great photos throughout that calendar. Finally, really quickly, your prospect report came out.
Yes, it was on Kevin He, the Jets' 4th round pick. He's currently 8th in scoring in the Ontario Hockey League. The Niagara Falls Ice Dogs, the Niagara Ice Dogs, are currently 8th in the 6th in the Ontario Hockey League right now. So they're up to a great start. Kevin, he has been tremendous. He's been a real blessing to the Jets prospect. So check out that prospect report on winnipegjets.com right now.
There you go. It's out there. That is it for us. Of course, throughout the day on your Winnipeg Jets social channels, there's lots of content, and we'll get you going all the way up until and then through the game as the Winnipeg Jets look to improve to 13-1 on the season tonight as the Central Division showdowns continue their first meeting of the season against the Colorado Avalanche. It should be a great game here tonight inside Canada Life Center. We hope to see you here. If not, we hope that you're watching on TV and that you will join us again.
And listen on 680 CJOB and Power 97 tonight as well, the other option.
Absolutely. Yeah. And on Saturday, very quickly, special time for check-in.
10:30 a.m.
Because of the early start. So don't forget.
Special photo session as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. 1990s photos of us. Mm-hmm. What could go wrong? Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Thanks for checking in. Enjoy your Thursday.